The security camera shows 2:47 a.m. A German Shepherd stands perfectly still in the driveway, staring at the front door. Then he does something impossible. He turns, sprints to the side of the house, and starts digging frantically at the foundation. 30 seconds later, the house explodes in flames behind him. But this isn't where the story begins. 3 days earlier, the Martinez family didn't know they needed saving yet. It was an ordinary Tuesday morning. Sarah Martinez poured coffee in the kitchen while her 8-year-old daughter Emma sat at the table, drawing pictures of their dog. That dog, a 4-year-old German Shepherd named Atlas, lay in his usual spot by the back door, watching the family with those intelligent amber eyes. Atlas had been with the family for 2 years. Adopted from a shelter after his previous owner passed away, he'd been quiet at first, reserved, but he'd bonded with Emma instantly, following her everywhere, sleeping outside her bedroom door every night. What the Martinez family didn't know was that Atlas had been trained. His previous owner, a retired firefighter named Robert Chen, had spent 3 years teaching Atlas to detect gas leaks, smoke, and chemical hazards. Robert had been developing a program to train service dogs for fire safety, but he died before completing it. Atlas remembered everything. Day 1, Tuesday evening. Sarah's husband, David, came home from work and headed straight to the basement. He'd been meaning to fix the old water heater for months. It made strange noises sometimes, clicking, hissing sounds that echoed through the house at night. "I'll look at it this weekend," he called upstairs. Atlas stood at the top of the basement stairs, ears forward. He whined softly. "What's wrong, boy?" David asked, climbing back up. Atlas backed away from the door, then returned, then backed away again. His body language was clear. Something's wrong down there. But David didn't understand. He patted Atlas on the head and closed the basement door. That night, Atlas didn't sleep. He paced the hallway. He scratched at the basement door twice. At 3 a.m., Sarah found him sitting at the top of the stairs, perfectly still, staring at that closed door. "Atlas, go to bed," she whispered, guiding him back to Emma's room. He went, but he didn't rest. Day 2, Wednesday. The clicking sound got louder. Emma noticed it first. "Mommy, what's that noise?" Sarah paused, listening. A faint hiss, then a click coming from the vents. "Probably just the heater," she said. "Dad will check it." But Atlas knew better. He'd spent the entire morning following Sarah around the house, staying between her and the basement door. When she did laundry, he positioned himself at the bottom of the basement stairs, watching her every move. "You're being weird today," Sarah told him, scratching behind his ears. That afternoon, something changed. David came home early and opened the basement door to grab a tool. The smell hit him immediately, a faint odor of rotten eggs. "Gas." "Sarah," he called, "I smell gas down here." He descended the stairs. Atlas tried to follow, but David blocked him. "Stay, boy." David found the source quickly. The water heater's gas line had a small leak, barely noticeable but definitely there. He turned off the gas valve and called a repairman. "They can't come until Friday morning," he told Sarah, "but I shut off the gas. We'll be fine." What David didn't see was the second leak, smaller, hidden behind the water heater where the pipe connected to the wall. The valve he'd turned off stopped most of the gas, but not all of it. That night the house began to fill with natural gas, slowly, invisibly. Atlas smelled it immediately. Day 3, Thursday, 10:00 p.m. The Martinez family went to bed, not knowing they were sleeping in a death trap. Natural gas had been seeping into the house for hours, collecting in the basement, rising through the walls, filling the spaces between the floors. The house had become a bomb waiting for a spark. Atlas didn't go to Emma's room. He couldn't. His instincts, honed by 2 years of training with Robert, were screaming at him. He went to the front door and barked, Once, twice, 3 times. Nothing. He ran upstairs and scratched at Sarah and David's bedroom door. He barked again, louder this time. David opened the door groggy. "Atlas, what the hell? It's 10 o'clock. Atlas grabbed David's sleeve with his teeth, gentle but firm, and pulled. "Stop it," David pushed him away. "Go lay down." Atlas tried again. He barked. He whined. He paced in circles. "Sarah, can you put him outside? I have work tomorrow." Sarah got up, frustrated, and guided Atlas downstairs. She opened the back door. "Out now." Atlas refused. He planted his feet and wouldn't move. "Atlas, Geo." She physically pushed him outside and closed the door. Thursday, 11:30 p.m. Atlas paced the backyard, desperate. He could smell the gas even from outside. It was escaping through tiny cracks in the foundation, through the dryer vent, through the chimney. He barked at the house, no response. He ran to the front door and scratched, nothing. Then he remembered something Robert had taught him. When you smell gas, find the source, mark it, alert humans. If they don't listen, get them out. But the family was inside, asleep, unreachable. Atlas made a decision. He ran to the side of the house, to the basement window. He could smell the gas strongest here. This was where it was escaping. He started digging at the foundation, trying to widen the crack, trying to release the gas buildup before something ignited it. His paws bled. He didn't stop. Friday, 2:47 a.m. The security camera captured everything. Atlas was still digging when it happened. Inside the house, the gas concentration had reached critical levels. All it needed was a single spark. The spark came from the basement. The water heater's electronic ignition system clicked on automatically, a safety feature designed to reignite the pilot light if it went out. In a house full of natural gas, that click was a death sentence. The explosion started in the basement. Atlas saw the flash through the window, a brilliant orange light that turned the night into day. He ran. Not away from the house. Toward it. The blast blew out the basement windows and sent flames shooting through the first floor. The security camera shook but kept recording. Atlas sprinted to the front door and threw his entire body against it. Once. Twice. The door didn't break, but the frame cracked. Inside, the Martinez family was awake and screaming. Atlas hit the door again. The frame splintered. He squeezed through the gap and disappeared into the smoke. The security footage shows what happened next. 2:48 a.m. Atlas emerges from the smoke carrying Emma by her pajama shirt, dragging her across the lawn. 2:49 a.m. He goes back inside. 2:50 a.m. He emerges with Sarah, who's stumbling, disoriented. He guides her away from the house. 2:51 a.m. He goes back inside a third time. 2:52 a.m. He doesn't come out. Sarah is screaming his name. Emma is crying. The house is fully engulfed. 2:53 a.m. David appears in the doorway, crawling, covered in soot. Behind him, Atlas, pushing him forward with his nose, refusing to let him stop. They collapse on the lawn together as the roof caves in. Aftermath. The fire department arrived 6 minutes later. The Martinez family survived with minor smoke inhalation. The house was destroyed. Atlas had degree burns on his back and legs. The veterinarian said it was a miracle he survived at all. When the fire marshal investigated, he found the gas leak David had missed. If that dog hadn't been digging at the foundation, releasing some of the gas buildup, he told the family, the explosion would have been twice as powerful. You'd all be dead. The security footage went viral. News stations called Atlas a hero, but Sarah Martinez knew better. He tried to warn us, she said, crying as she sat next to Atlas's hospital bed. For 3 days he tried, and when we wouldn't listen, he saved us anyway. 6 weeks later, Atlas came home to a new house, a rental while they rebuilt. Emma never left his side. She'd learned something important. Sometimes the ones who love us most can't speak our language, but they'll do anything to protect us. Atlas still sleeps outside her door every night, and when he barks now, the family listens. Follow for more incredible German Shepherd stories. These dogs aren't just pets, they're heroes.